Good morning. It is Thursday. We're going to go over the quiz review answers first. So I'm just going to put them here on the screen. Some of you, based on my feedback on Google Classroom, know how many you missed. You may not know exactly the ones you missed. So here they are. I'm going to go over the ones that were missed the most, which were 17, 20, 23, 24, and 25. So just FYI, on number 21, even though it's slanted, you do not need the slant height, and you do not need this number here, which is like just to help you find the height. So this is your radius, this is your height. I think everybody, or most everybody, got that one right. There was one careless mistake on 22. Maybe it was just because you didn't see it, or just a careless mistake in computation. So just look carefully at 22. It's just 3 times 4 times 5. And then everything else I'm going to go over really quickly, okay? Now, some of you missed number 11. Like, I took off a point for number 11 because you just put the word pyramid. I need you to be more specific than that, because pyramid is defined by its base. So one person or two people put just pyramid. One person put rectangular pyramid, but we need to be specific that it's a square pyramid. Excuse me. So both sides are, it looks like 8 centimeters. So that's how we know it's a square. Okay. All right. So let's look at the other ones really quickly, and we'll kind of go through what we need to talk about there. All right. So 17 is talking about calculating this guy right here. All right. So that is going to be a sphere. So volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed. And so just FYI, that is the diameter. And so to find the radius, we're just going to divide it by 2. So 11.9 divided by 2 gives me 5.95. Okay. And now we can type it in. Now I'm going to do this, remember. So I'm just going to do 4 parentheses 5.95 and then caret 3. So you get a pretty large number with decimals also, which is not ideal, but it is what it is. And then divide it by 3. So you get, most of you put it in this form. Okay. And I'm fine with that. If you notice my answer key, I left it, I plugged in pi, but that's not what I told y'all to do. So you don't have to look at number 17 the way that I originally put it. I am fine with this, which is what most of you did. And then our units, centimeters cubed. Okay. All right, 20 and 23 are both pyramids because they come to a point, okay? But what kind of pyramids, right? Because if we can decide what kind of pyramids, that helps us know how to find big B. So because this is 6 and this is 9, we have a rectangular pyramid. So our capital B is going to be 6 times 9 first, all right? Which is 54. And now we can do the volume formula, which is 1/3 big B, and then the height of the pyramid is 11. So I'm going to type in 54 times 11, which is 594, and divide that by 3, which is a nice number, 198 yards cubed. We don't have to have pi because, it has no circle involved. All right, now number 23 is the base is a triangle. So it's a triangular pyramid. So big B is 1/2 base times height. So 1/2, the base of the base, so little b, is 6, and then the height of the base is 5. So that gives me 15. Okay? 6 times 5 is 30, and then half of 30 is 15. So now I can plug in the formula. So this is base, this is height, and now this 10 is the height of the whole pyramid. So 1/3 big B times H. Okay, so then that's 150 divided by 3, which gives me 50 meters cubed. Okay, and that should be what we had there. Yes. Okay. And then the last two, maybe I'll get a blank page so that I have plenty of room to show you. All right, so let's talk about what the two shapes are on 24 and 25. So on 24, you really could have done this two ways. I'm going to show you how you could have done it two ways. So technically, you have here to here, you have a cylinder. All right, and then on the ends, you have one hemisphere and one hemisphere. So basically two hemispheres. Or what's another way to think of that? If you have two hemispheres and you put them together, it makes one sphere. So I think, honestly, if you just do the one sphere, it makes it easier. Okay, so a cylinder is pi r squared height. So 3.14. Our radius of the cylinder, okay, so we're just given the diameter. So our radius is going to be 4.2, okay? Just divide it in half. And then the height of that cylinder is 15.2. It's on its side, okay? So then we're just going to type it in. 3.14 parentheses 4.2 squared times 15.2. And you get 841.92. Okay, then we're going to add it to the sphere. So volume equals 4/3 pi r cubed. And the radius is still the radius of the other cylinder, so 4.2 cubed. So 4 times 3.14. And then I divided it by 3, which gives me and now I'm going to add that to the other one. And then we get, I'm just rounding. I didn't really care about the rounding, so that's your final answer. I'm double checking to make sure I got it right. Yeah. And then, did I just do it? Yeah, I see up here in my work, I just did it with one sphere as well. But if you did two hemispheres, you would have just gotten half of that. So like 105, and then you would just have times it by 2 since there were 2 of them, but you still would have ended up at that answer. Okay, so 1,152.1 millimeters cubed. All right, now number 25 is a cylinder and a cone. Okay, so we have volume equals pi r. Okay, so our diameter is here. And so our radius would equal half of that, which is 12. And the height is here of the cylinder, which is 9. I know those numbers are a little small. You may have had a little trouble seeing those. And then the cone. Uh-oh, I'm running out of space. Got to make it a little thinner. All right, the radius is still 12. And the height of the cone is going to be 16. Sorry, I'm having to squeeze it in there. All right, so I'm going to do 3.14 and then times 12 squared and then times 16 and then divide it by 3. And then we have our final answer of 2,400. Okay. And then I'm going to add those together. All right. Okay, and so then we should have, and let's double check up top. Yep. That's it. So let me know if there's anything that you're unsure about. And now that I've gone over those, but otherwise, good luck on your quiz. And we have one last thing to learn. So we're almost there, you guys. You're doing a great job. Have a good day.